Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I'm Kim. This will be a gentle practice to open up and release some tension through the back body and give our low back a little bit of love, a little bit of TLC. So if you have a yoga strap, grab that. And if you have a couple of yoga blocks, you can grab those as well. You may want a blanket. We'll begin in Shavasana. So if you want a blanket to roll up and put underneath your knees, you're welcome to do that also. So gather your things and come and join me on the mat. And if it is comfortable for you, we'll take it down onto our back and start with a little relaxation before we start to move. So if it works for you, come down onto your back. You could keep the knees bent, feet on the floor with the knees pointing up towards the ceiling here, or you could extend your legs all the way down the mat and take the arms out to the sides. Let the feet roll in or out, whichever way they want to go. Maybe rock your head side to side a few times. Then bring your head to center. And allow yourself to begin to relax and to let go of any holding or gripping or tension in your body. And if this doesn't work for you, please find a comfortable seat or bring yourself into child's pose, whatever feels good for you today. Close your eyes. And just take a moment to check in with yourself. Notice how you feel today. Notice anything that you bring to the mat with you, any thoughts running through your mind, feelings, emotions you might be grappling with, any tightness or tension anywhere in your body. And check in with your energy. How does your energy feel? You feel calm, steady, maybe a little bit more amped up or anxious. Just notice what's there and let go of any judgment. Just be curious. Be with yourself here. Take this time for you. As always, I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with yourself. I also invite you, if you like, to bring in the focus of gratitude throughout your practice today, and maybe to bring that off the mat and out into the day with you. So just bring something to mind that you feel grateful for. It could be something big or something little. It could be the cup of coffee you had this morning and how delicious that tasted. It could be the love of a family member, a friend, or a pet. Whatever it is that makes you feel good, feel grateful, feel beloved, bring that to the forefront of your mind. And if you feel it, allow the corners of your lips to turn up into a smile. For me, I like to think of my dogs. I'm a crazy dog lady. So my dogs just make me so happy. Right on cue. Here we go. Begin to change the chemistry in your body and your brain, bringing that oxytocin, the love hormone. Allow that to permeate through your body. Let everything relax. If you're lying down on your back, just let everything soften and melt down into the earth. Let the earth hold you and support you so you can just let go. If you're seated, let the feet, the legs, hips, and pelvis get heavy. And find some length and some buoyancy up through the spine and up through the crown of the head. Begin to relax the body, the feet, the legs, the hips, the pelvis, the buttocks, the belly. Relax through your low back, your mid back, and your upper back. Relax through the front of your body. your rib cage, your chest, your collarbones. Relax your neck. Relax the shoulders and the arms, the hands and the fingers. Relax your jaw and your face, your eyes and your eyebrows, your forehead, your scalp, the crown of your head. And begin to gently, slowly call yourself back. Begin to invite some movement in. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Yawn, sigh, wiggle, stretch. Bring the arms up or overhead and bring the legs together. Reach up through the fingers and down through the toes. And then bring the arms down alongside your body. Bend your knees, step your feet in. Bring your feet about hip width distance. Begin to move through some pelvic rocking here. As you inhale, begin to tilt your tailbone down towards the mat. You'll feel the low back and the upper back begin to arch up off the floor. And then as you exhale, begin to tilt the tailbone up towards the ceiling. You'll find the back body, the low back begin to press down towards the mat. And then roll through this a few times. As you inhale, feel the tailbone tilt down, the back start to lift. And then with the exhale again, tailbone will tilt up, the low back will press down towards the mat. Just notice what happens with the head and the neck as you go along for this ride here, gently tilting the pelvis. And then bring yourself back to your neutral spine, your starting point. Let's take the hands behind the head. You can interlace the fingers behind the head or just bring the fingers to the back or sides of the skull. Take the elbows out to the side. Now as you inhale, tilt the tailbone down. You feel the back begin to lift up, to arch. Heart center start to lift and open. And then this time as you exhale, tailbone will tilt up, low back will press down. You begin to curl the head, shoulders, torso up off the mat. Draw the elbows in towards the ears. Then as you inhale, you lower yourself back down. Tailbone tilts down, back arches. The exhale, again, tailbone will tilt up and you begin to curl yourself up. Elbows wrap along the ears. A few more times, just following this flow, following your breath, and taking it nice and easy. And then relax. You can remove the hands from behind the head. And we'll pick up the right knee, draw that right knee in towards your chest. Take your left hand over to the right knee and gently hug that right knee in. Take your right hand now back behind the head again. Move through this again. Inhale as you find that arch through the back. Tailbone will tilt down. This time as you exhale, tailbone will tilt back up. Begin to curl yourself up and draw that right elbow towards that right knee. Inhale, you lower the back and that right elbow down. And you find that arch through the back. And then again with the exhale, you tilt tailbone up. Draw yourself up. Right elbow moves back in the direction of that right knee. Couple more times. And then release, come back to your starting point. And then we'll switch over to the other side. Pick up that left knee, Draw it in towards the chest. Right hand comes over to grab a hold of that left knee. Now we'll take the left hand behind the head, elbow out to the side. Inhale, you find that arch through the back. Exhale, you curl it up. This time, left elbow draws towards that left knee. Inhale as you lower it down, find the arch through the back. Tailbone tilts back down towards the mat. Exhale, tailbone tilts up. Curl it up, left elbow towards that left knee. Couple more times on this side. Beginning to release the fascia, the musculature along the back body. And then release yourself back down to the starting point. We'll switch it up just a little bit here. Now we'll draw the right knee in towards the chest. Take the right hand, grab a hold of that right knee. Left hand back behind your head and left elbow out to the side. We'll inhale, arch the back, tilt the tailbone down. Exhale. Now we'll curl it up, draw the left elbow across the body and over in the direction of that right knee. Inhale, you bring it back down. Tailbone tilts down, back lifts. So you exhale, curl it back up. Back presses down towards the mat. Left elbow moves towards that right knee. Couple more times. And then release yourself back down to your starting point. Other side, same thing. Now let's bend the left knee. Left hand moves to grab a hold of the left knee. Right hand behind the back of the head, right elbow out to the side. Inhale, find that lift through the back. Tailbone tilts down. Exhale, curl up. Right elbow moves in the direction of that left knee. Inhale, release it back down. Exhale, curl it back up, right elbow towards that left knee. Couple more times with this variation. These last few exercises that we've been doing come from the book called Somatics by Thomas Hanna. Really wonderful, wonderful book. Feel free to check it out. And then release yourself back down. Now we'll draw right knee in towards the chest. Can keep that left knee bent or extend that leg all the way down the mat. Take both hands to that right knee or shin and gently hug the knee in. And then release. Right foot steps back down to the mat. Left foot comes back up to meet it. And now we'll draw that left knee into the chest. Right knee can stay bent or you extend that leg down the mat. And then draw both knees into the chest, hands to the knees. Begin to circle your knees around. Make big circles or little circles. Just feeling this gentle massage of the sacrum as you roll yourself around. And then switch the direction of your circles. And then bring the knees back to center. Drop the left foot down to the mat, knees bent, knee bent. Extend that right leg up towards the ceiling. And now bend that right knee, cross that right ankle in front of that left leg. So you're bringing your legs into figure four or resting pigeon pose. Take arms out to the side. And slowly begin to drop this right foot over towards the left. So you bring yourself into a little bit of a twist. Again, feeling this gentle release of the fascia along the back, along the spine. And then bring yourself back up. Other side, drop that right foot down to the mat, extend that left leg up, and then bend that left knee, cross that ankle over that right leg. And now we'll slowly begin to drop the legs over towards the right. Maybe that left foot comes all the way down to the mat. Few nice deep breaths here. And then bring yourself back to center. Draw both knees into your chest. Now find your way up into a comfortable seat. If it's okay for you, you could gently rock yourself back and forth along your spine. Give yourself a little spinal massage. If that doesn't work, you just roll over and press yourself up to a seated position. Come into a comfortable seat, shins crossed, legs wide. Whatever works for you. You could bring soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides. So sit up nice and tall wherever you are. Crown of the head reaching up. Sitting bones, pubic bone rooting down. Begin to slowly hinge from your hips and fold yourself forward. Walking the hands forward to your degree. Keeping the back nice and long. A few deep breaths here. Send that breath down into your low back. Fill up the back of the lungs with your breath. And then slowly we'll walk it over to the right side. Bring your torso over that right knee, right thigh. Reach out through those left fingers. Just play around here. Move the arms around, maybe bring the left arm over towards the right a little bit more, or come up onto the left finger pads. And see what feels good for you. Or QL or quadratus lumborum muscles that sit in the back body, connect from the bottom of the rib cage to the top of the pelvis, can get short or tight and can impact how we're feeling in the low back. And then we'll slowly walk it back through center and then over to the left, bringing the torso over that left knee, thigh. You play around here with the placement of the arms and see what gives you the best opening. But even bring the right hand over to meet the left. Place the right hand on top of the left, or again, you come up onto the right finger pads. And then walk yourself back to center. And then let's bring it into a child's pose now, so you can come onto your knees. For our child's pose today, let's keep the knees together. Bring your bum back to sit on your heels. You could put padding underneath the knees or in between your bum, your hamstrings and your calves here if you need. And then begin to allow the forehead to melt down to the mat. If that doesn't feel quite right, you could tuck a block underneath the forehead. We'll make a little pillow with the arms. And rest your forehead down onto your arms. And now let's bring it up into our table position, coming up onto the hands and knees. Shoulders lining up over the wrists, hips lining up over the knees. And we'll roll through a few rounds of our cat-cow here. Inhale as you soften the belly, lift the tail, draw the heart forward, lift the gaze. Exhale as you press down into the hands, down into the finger pads, round up through your back, look towards your navel, and a few times roll through. Follow your breath. Bring yourself to a neutral spine here, back to your table. Let's extend the right leg back behind you, hip level-ish. And then bend that right knee. Begin to draw it underneath the body. Press down into your hands. Round up through the back. Hug that knee up towards your nose or chest or forehead. And then extend that leg back behind you again. Bend that right knee again. Draw it underneath the body. Round up through your back. And this time, step or grab and carry that right foot up towards the top of your mat. We'll bring it into a low lunge here. Right knee tracking up over the ankle. Press down into your right foot, down into that left knee, foot, shin. Hug in through the legs. Begin to lift yourself up and bring your hands to rest on that front thigh. So get a little bit of opening through that left front of the hip, hip flexors. A little bit of release for our psoas muscle on the left side. We've got one on each side. Connects from the front side of the thoracic lumbar spine and runs all the way down through the pelvis to attach on the inside of the femur bone. So this can also have an impact on how we're feeling in our back body, if the psoas is short or tight on one side or both sides. So a little bit of release here, gently, lovingly. And then we'll bring it back into our table. Step that right foot back. Now extend the left leg back behind you, hip level-ish. We'll bend that left knee, draw in towards nose, chest, forehead, press down into the hands, round up through your back. Extend the left leg back again. And then we'll bend that left knee, draw it in, nose, chest, forehead, and then step or grab and carry that left foot up to the top of the mat now. Knee over the ankle, press down into that foot. Bring your hands to that front thigh. If it's available, you can allow the hips to drop down just a little bit. Still keep a lift up through the belly so we're not collapsing. We're just finding a little bit of an opening through that right hip. And then we'll take hands down to the mat. Step back into your table. Now let's tuck the toes under, press into the hands, begin to lift the hips up and back. We'll take it into a downward dog with the knees bent. Keep a bend in the knees here, a big or little bend in the knees. You can find some movement here if you like. Begin to pedal out your legs. Press one heel towards the mat as you bend the opposite knee. Switch it up side to side. And then roll up onto balls of your feet. And then press your heels towards the mat. Roll it up again, balls of the feet. Press the heels towards the mat. Once more, roll up. Press the heels towards the mat. Bend your knees now. Begin to turn the toes over towards the left and the heels over towards the right. Press down into your hands. Pull the hips back towards the feet. Root down into that right foot and roll up onto the ball of that left foot. And then bring your feet to center. Bend the knees, turn it to the other side. Now toes over towards the right, heels towards the left. Root down through that left foot, roll up onto the ball of the right foot. Press down and out through the hands as you pull your hips back towards the feet. And then bring yourself back to center. Pedal out the legs again. And then release your knees down to the mat. Come back to sit on the heels. And now we'll close out our practice by bringing ourselves into constructive rest. So grab your strap if you have one and grab a block. So we'll come back down onto our backs with the knees bent again. And we'll take the strap around the legs. So you want to make it wide enough, your loop, so you want to find a loop on your strap, make it wide enough so that you can get it around the legs. And it should be about hip width. Take the strap around the legs, the thighs, and then you can tuck your block right in between your knees. So just adjust so that you feel comfortable and you feel supported. So this little setup here will allow you to relax without having to worry about the knees rolling open or the knees falling inward. And this can also help to give our psoas muscles a little bit of juice, a little bit of TLC. Close your eyes. And once again, just let go, let everything relax. Scan your body. Notice any areas of holding, any gripping. And send those areas some love, some breath, and some permission to release their grip. It's okay to let go right now. I invite you to stay here in your constructive rest position for as long as you like. When you feel ready, bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Connect in and notice how you feel. Come back to our intention to be gentle, loving, patient, kind, compassionate with ourselves. And I also invite you to bring your focus back to gratitude. What are you feeling grateful for today? And if you feel it, allow yourself to smile. Release your hands. And gently flutter the eyes open. And slowly remove your block, the strap from around the legs. And roll yourself over to one side. And then slowly press yourself up. And come back into a comfortable seat. Bring your palms together at your heart. May you feel safe. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you live with ease. May your heart be open to love, compassion, and may you know joy. Thank you so very much for sharing your practice with me today with love and gratitude. Namaste.